some form of control still, making our constant binary choices and voicing our equally shallow opinions more loudly or quietly. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Most people can't even decide what color to wear or which burger to eat. What does it matter, man? Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion. Autonomy is an illusion.
Good evening, everyone. Also, congratulations, Les, on having your new glasses. I would say welcome to the club, but I don't have glasses, but I have really shit vision, apparently, because staring at a screen for an extended period of time makes my eyes go blurry. That's just me, or I just might need sleep. I don't know. Welcome to hell. I am going to actually put straight into that. I'm going to just do that real quick so I can see what is and what isn't. There we go. And then turn that off again so that it actually doesn't have a mental breakdown, because what I've discovered is if I really want to stream on two screens and then visually be able to see what I'm streaming, I'll need two GPUs. One GPU for the game, one GPU for the stream, because it does not like trying to, well, keep up with it. That or just a better CPU as well, I don't know. Honestly, don't really care. I don't really need to see the stream because, you know, I'm playing the game. Only issue is the game's still to the left of me, you guys are to the front, so I still look at an angle. Oh well, that's my problem. It's because I got the wrong screen. Nah, I got a bigger screen, still in 1080p, but I was a dumbass. So. We're straight in with a phone call. because we need to talk to some people in before the stream starts dying again. Close that down. Open up that because that shouldn't cause any issues. I don't know what the location is, but I need to put in a missing persons report.
Okay, what's their name?
The name is Cara Murphy.
Okay, what's their last known location?
My house was the last time I saw them, which is gonna be at 6130 Mad Wayne Thunder Drive.
Okay, what are they last known wearing?
They were wearing a black shirt and pants, black shirt, pants and shoes, and they have short black hair. White female.
Sorry, what's the color of the shoes?
Black.
And what was their hair color?
Also black. I think they're going through a phase.
Okay, are you a local caller?
No, I'm their father.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is James Hawkins. I'm currently on duty as a hero unit with SADOT.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Now, that's something I need to do as well. Hold on. Did I do it? I didn't. Damn it. But one thing, the stream might lag a bit.
Okay, do you know which direction she went from 6130?
Sadly not. The last that I know is I thought she was out with my other daughter at their friend's house. This was like 2 days ago. My daughter's since come home from their friend's house after having a sleepover, and Cara hasn't come home with them. And when I spoke to my daughter about it, they were like, yeah, no, they weren't there, so yeah.
Alright, when was the last time you saw her?
2 days ago was the last I saw them.
Alright, and your name was James Harold, right?
James Hawkins.
Okay, James Hawkins. Okay, would you like me to send a unit towards your location to get some more details?
I can meet them at my house if need be.
Alright, are you currently at your house?
I'm currently down the road from my house. I just went to get fuel because I just jumped on because I have work today, so I can drive back to my house and meet them there.
Alright, I will send a unit towards your house, and you'll get more information from you.
Alright, thank you.
Thank you for calling them.
You were moved. Microphone sound muted.
I'm going to pound you up. Pinche joto. Oh yeah, we're all going to die.
Did you just seriously pull me out my car? Thank you, Izzy, for the host. Thank you kindly. Welcome one, welcome all. I'll get to the chats in a wee sec. I need to make it back to my house to talk to LAO. Just a heads up for those who aren't aware, we just caught James while he has already jumped on duty. So, roleplayed out as he's already gone, well, not really roleplayed out, but in universe he's already gone to the tow yard, gone to work, and has subsequently obviously come back, and I've decided there and then is the best place to call Elio, because obviously he's back in the city and he doesn't really have that far to go to get to home to speak to Elio about his missing daughter. The reason why I have him on duty as well is one, because on my end it's easier for them to contact me because I'm running tow, or I'm running hero unit technically, so I'll be out on the highways. But after this interaction I'll probably have him go back to the tow yard and jump on tow, so if they really need him for that, they can contact him. But at the same time is, you know, he still has to earn, you know, he still has 3 other kids, he still is earning, you know, he's only to basically earn an income, and obviously if he's out and if he's not out and about, if he's not working, he's not earning that income, which is obviously an issue. If he's not earning that income, you know, he's basically dead in the water, he's screwed. So I hope everyone is doing well. Hi Aaron, Jordan, Izzy, I'm gonna keep messing up your name, S5, Max, Supernova, so hi Hannah, Cupcake, who else we got, Swartz, Mech. I'm trying to drive and look at my chat, which I have never realised is actually surprisingly hard. It's hilarious when, like, if you do it like I'm sat here with a camera in front of me, I could probably do it because you guys are right there. But because the game's to the left of me, you guys to the front, I have to look left and right. And obviously, then that, when I'm looking at the chat, the game's in my peripheral vision, I'm not going to be able to catch it. Hi Striker. And my left eye is having a twitching issue. So when they'll talk to me, I'll advise them of certain things. Hi Josh. Bruh. Jordan? Jordana? I don't... This is the name. I suck at it, so... I suck at doing names. Despite the fact that my name is literally Azrael, people call me Azrazeli. I've been called Gazelle because that's a nickname that I was given. Because it's G Azrael, and someone saw it and went Gazelle, and I was like, fuck it, if you want to call me Gazelle, you can call me Gazelle. Jordan? I can see Jordan, actually, yeah. It's Joe and then Dane. Yeah, I'm fucking blind. Daphne. You have issues, Josh. So, we're rocking up at my house. Autocorrect. Bruh. So I'm actually going to park my car. King goes. I'm screenshotting that. King69. $6130. Hopefully they can figure out this is my house. Hopefully. They're not going to. No, it's Kane. He'll figure it out. Kane. 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 Okay. Wrong house.
Howdy.
It's that one. It's the big fancy one.
Oh. Alright.
Yeah, if you want, you can come in the drive as well, because, you know, gates are open, but they don't, you know. Ah.
Alrighty.
Hi.
Alright. So, give me 1 second.
Thank you, Gremlin
I'm
2021 for
guessing
the
you were the one
follow.
that called in the missing persons?
Yeah. Yes.
Alrighty. Can I get a name and a little bit more of a description?
Alright. So, from what? So, Kara, her name's Kara Murphy, so Charlie Alpha, Romeo Alpha, and then Murphy, common spelling.
Alright.
She's 17 years old, she has asthma. I don't know if she's left her inhaler at home or not. I think she usually carries on her anyway. Last I saw, she was wearing black shirt, pants, and shoes. She has kind of like short black hair, kind of.
Does she have a phone or anything like that?
I believe so.
Okay. Would you mind to either try to call her, or if you have it, the Life 480 app?
I'll see if I can call her first. I can't spell for shit. By the seams of things, I'm not getting a response. I'm gonna make sure that Cat is in game and hasn't crashed out. Yeah, she's in game. Yeah, I'm not getting a response from that. I don't think they have the app to kind of track. I don't think.
Alrighty.
I'll be out on the highways anyway, so if I see them, I'll obviously pull over and obviously grab them, and then give you guys a shout, because obviously I don't want you guys going on a wild goose chase if I find her.
Yeah. Do you know the last direction of travel? Do you have CCTV here?
I have CCTV. I don't know the last direction of travel, because the last time I saw her was around 2 days ago when my other daughter Terry went to a friend's house to have like a sleepover. I assumed that Kara had also gone with her, and apparently when Terry came back, Kara didn't come back, and I was like, was Kara there with you? And she said no, and it's like, well, shit.
Do you know name or address?
No, I don't. I can text Terry and see if she knows the address. But
If you can do that.
No. I just sent him a message.
Alright, do you know if Kara goes to school anywhere? I can call over there, see if she went there.
As far as I'm aware, I was planning on sending her to school, but I don't think we got around to getting her in this semester.
Okay.
Because I think it's a bit too late for him to go in, because they're doing a bunch of tests and it'll be unfair on her, because she's a bit...
Yeah, I know what you mean.
She doesn't really understand things. I had to explain to her what a pimp was and why they were bad. She wanted to go work for one. She's a bit, I would say weird, but that would be mean. I say unique. According to the text I just got back, Kara didn't go with them at all, so they wouldn't have been at their friend's house.
Oh.
So fun.
Alright,
We have CCTV here for very obvious
yeah,
reasons.
can you also give me her phone number? I will have our tech see if they can track it.
So this is her phone number. Is that one that I'm pointing at?
Alrighty, give me a second.
And then CCTV wise should all be somewhere in the house. I usually have like group 6 come down and check the CCTV because they're the ones that installed it all.
Alright, yeah. I will go take a look at that if you can let me do it.
Alright.
Just waiting to hear back from tech.
Yeah. So in theory, I say in theory, I honestly need to learn the layout of my house a bit more. Through these doors and directly on the left there should be a panel for it. Like, you know, the weird screen things.
Yep.
Oh, way out here. Sorry guys, I was looking at something else. I'm not calling my kid weird. Like, to be fair, they're not weird. They're different. They're unique. It's, you know, it's not a bad thing. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. Jordana. So I'm not going to be stuck on trying to pronounce your name. Technically we're all different, but at the same time on Kara's end, I don't think really had a... Well, she didn't really have a childhood, because obviously the whole human trafficking thing, so... I don't think she would, you know, understand really that much about English or how certain things work, especially considering the differences. She's 17, James is 36. There's a big difference between age gap as well there, of like, there's 36 years of knowledge in James's head, there's 17 years of knowledge in Kara's head, but it's different kinds of knowledge. Geordie. I'll try and remember to call you Geordie, because that will be very, very easy. Ah.
Alright, well that proves... Okay.
That proves what?
Phone's here.
Oh. You'll find out in a minute,
Alright.
Mad Dog. Well, that's outstanding? That's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I really hope something got caught in CCTV then, because if it's in a storm drain, I feel... Because the worrying thing with her is the fact that I got her from CPS, the same with like literally everyone else that's my kid, because I evidently don't have a wife. She, I think a few days before she got put with me by CPS, she was trafficked into this country and found in the back of a trailer that I apparently towed, so irony there. But yeah,
Okay, so all I'm getting from CCTV is she's at the edge near the storm drain, where I'm presuming her phone is right now.
yeah. I just have, you know, that gut feeling where you think something bad's happened? Because, you
I
know,
know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I got a daughter myself.
I have 2 daughters and 2 sons. Well, I had 3 daughters, but one of them left state.
Yeah, I have my adopted daughter and my fiance's adopted son.
The kids are a joy sometimes, and then a torture all the other times.
Yep. Alrighty, so this is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna go door to door and knock on and see if I can get CCTV. So
Yeah. I'm gonna have to
I
jump back
will-
onto the highways.
No, you're good. I will let you know everything.
Yeah, if you need me, yeah, shoot me a text, or yeah, if you want, you can have dispatchers yeet me into somewhere, because I have the radio.
Yep.
But I won't be in tow radio, because I'm not running tow.
No.
But yeah, you do what you need to do. If I find her, I'll give you guys a shout. If you guys find her, give me a shout. I'll come over.
Yep, we'll do.
Sweet.
Microphone activated. Sound muted.
The only reason why the tow vehicle's here is because I've come back to speak to Leo because Kara's gone missing. But I need to go back on the highways now because I have a job to do. You'll go back on the highways. But yeah, this is James being out as hero. I'll have him run, because this is kind of a late thing I wanted to do, because I'll only be on for about an hour because I have college. But tomorrow night I should be able to run a good long while as tow, hopefully, and then also added on to that, thank you Remove25 for the follow, thank you kindly, welcome to the Insanity. But adding on to that as well, I should be able to also hopefully do a 5PD stream. The only reason why I haven't been comfortable with doing any of the 5PD streams, because I have been enjoying hanging out on 5PD. It has been fun. At the same time is I still have to I still want to make sure it's okay to stream there because they don't have a streaming policy. At the same time it is a group of people on there that do kind of like a patrol-ish thing, but it is still 5PD, so we still can do stuff with locals, which is entertaining. It's kind of like a relaxed thing as well. Like it's still kept kind of serious, but it's a little bit more relaxing. It's a way I can kind of get my LEO fix. So, you know, I'm currently running as a hero unit right now, with SADOT, which now has a scratch on it, which I need to remove, because that's going to annoy me a lot. And now I'm going to have less fuel, oh well. But yeah, that, and I also want to make sure, because it is technically currently a public server, for 5PD, the issue is I don't trust really public servers when it comes down to doing stuff, for the issue of voice chat. Because obviously when it comes down to 5PD, if you're dealing with other people who are either running LAO, deciding to run Civ, DOT, Fire, whatever they want to do, but they do something and they decide to say something. Thank you, Geordie, for the 100 bits, thank you kindly. But if they do something that is bad, well, I have to clip that out, so I don't get shit for it. But at the same time is I don't have the software to clip stuff, and I don't know how to clip stuff. But adding on to that is but adding on to that is I don't, like Mad Dog just said, I don't know what people are gonna do. I don't know how people are gonna react or act. When it comes down to public siege lobbies, I think Striker can agree with me. They get toxic, and I get toxic in them as well. Like if someone's saying shit, I'm gonna give them shit back. You have to feed a lamb. I remember I had to look after a lamb once. That was fun. She was adorable. But yeah, it's one of those things. Is here with SAF, I know everything's it's controlled. There's a streaming policy that I can follow to make sure I'm not doing anything that they might not like. There's stuff that I can kind of ground myself to, which I'd prefer to have, because obviously I don't want to go over a boundary that I didn't know was there, type thing. Or find out about that boundary afterwards and obviously get absolutely ripped into for it, despite the fact there's nothing written or set in stone. So it's one of those things that I'll probably do it if it's just me solo. If there's a group of us that I know we're not gonna have any issues, I'll probably do it as well. I can trust other members, but at the same time is there's certain things that might be said, there's certain things that might be done, because it is a public server. People might join and do stupid stuff, and I don't want to take the fall for someone else's stupidity or someone being an absolute ass, and then I'm the one that gets in trouble for it because they're being a douche. So understandable here. You can have someone run around and say the N-word if they're like IRL, if they're black, and obviously if the character's black. I'm personally not going to do that, because I still see that as wrong. Even if I'm playing a black character, there's no reason for me to. Obviously, if people know in staff team you're black, they're not really gonna have a massive issue with you doing it. But at the same time is obviously if you're playing a white character and you say the N-word, you're obviously gonna have a lot more issues towards you in character, but I think also out of character. I don't think I've actually ever heard someone say the N-word in server. So it's one of those things. I don't know how people act, type thing, so at the same time, what I like about that 5PD server is it's relaxed. I can sit around and talk to you guys a bit more. I do enjoy SAF. It's fun and it is serious, and I do enjoy that because it kind of homes into reality. You're not going to be mucking about if you're working with SADOT or if you're a cop. But over on the 5PD server, you do have that leniency of yeah, you're on duty, but at the same time it's still a game, which I also like. That's why I like going between the two, because it gives me basically both of what I want. I can be an LEO and have a bit of leniency, and I can be here as a civ and keep things realistic, and you know, I enjoy that because it has both dynamics, so I'm not going to get burnt out on either, because I'm going to be going back and forth. The issue that I have right now though is obviously college is actually the biggest issue. The worst thing is obviously because a lot of the people in the 5PD server are American or English, we're not going to be on late. The same time is I don't want to be up early patrolling on a 5PD server and then not be able to attend SAF. So I'll try and get both done. Age requirement for 5PD, I don't think they have one, but I cannot confirm that because I don't know, if they have a set of rules they want us to follow or not. I'd have to check. I'd have to double check up on their rule set. But as far as I'm aware, as long as you behave, I don't think they're really gonna have an issue. Although to be fair, realistically, Grand Theft Auto is an 18+ game, and lawfully you shouldn't have it if you're underage. There is a law that states you should not have any game when you're underage, at least in my country. It is illegal to sell games to underage people. Like if my brother buys, when I was 13, if my brother bought me an 18+ game and gave it to me, obviously he bought it for me. But yeah, for me, my parents were lenient with that. Even if it's technically illegal, yeah, not if you don't get caught really. Besides, I bought it, so well, technically my brother bought it, and then I bought it off him. But yeah, for all intentional purposes, I've already at that point played 18+ games because it's me. Like, to be perfectly honest, yes, you shouldn't really be playing a game. Like, if you're 6 years old and you're playing an 18+ game, yeah, no, you shouldn't. You shouldn't be playing that game. If you're like 13, 14 and you're playing an 18+ game, understandable. Just like, don't be the stereotypical 12-year-old on it who's being toxic, who's ruining the fun for adults, because the game is for adults. Like Grand Theft Auto story mode and online is, yes, there's a lot of swears, yes, there's a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of Grand Theft Auto stuff, to put it simply. We've all been there and seen all the stuff that happens with GTA, but at the same time, I mean, one big thing is I could just say Trevor and everyone understands, but at the same time is every adult that I have ever met on Grand Theft Auto online, back when I used to play it on PS3, never would do anything that a 12-year-old would do. You wouldn't have an 18-year-old plus running around shouting the N-word, or trying to bully people, or trying to be like a hard man or seem cool. You'd never have that with the adults, but you'd always have it for someone who was under the age of 18, which surprised me a lot of the time, because obviously it's an 18+ game. I expected a lot more aggression from the adults. I was, I think, 14, 15 at the time actually when I was playing, and someone I was hanging out with, we were just driving around and we kind of struck up on this, and he was like, there are going to be people that do that, there are going to be people that don't do that. That's why they kind of just make it an 18+ solid game, because they know everyone over the age of 18 isn't going to act like a child, and everyone under the age of 18 most likely will act like a child. Like, yeah, that doesn't exclude the fact that you know, there are still going to be people that, you know, do like, you know, do all that toxic stuff, who are over the age of 18, but at the same time is those people are like 1 in a million compared to children who are going to be children. They're going to act like children, and it's one of those things that it's just, you know, you kind of just have to deal with. But yeah, it's weird to look at the community of it.
Execute Order 66.
Thank you, Geordie, for the tier 1 subscription. Thank you kindly. If you're in my Discord, say, or put your name in the chat, and if one of my mods can give her the role. If she isn't, I don't know. Please join my Discord, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to do these streaming things. Oh, you're not in my Discord? Well, maybe you should join it. I love... The one biggest issue I have though right now is going between 2 different games. Is the lag. Because I think it's just the difference in cache. So I won't be tempted to make an SAF folder for GTA and so on and so forth. Alright, Mad Dog. Mad Dog, you won't have an issue with age. They'll probably be like, why, are you underage? And you're gonna be like, no, I'm overage. I'm what you'd call a senior member. Alright, Striker. Crucial fix. Is that a coffee shop? Oh, it is. Nice. Okay. There you go, Striker. There's what you wanted to know. Behave. Now I need to figure out which car is what. They said they're on Power Street around here. That's them to the right of me, I'm pretty sure. Yes, it is.
Right, lad.
Mm-hmm.
I think the battery's gone flat. I ain't too sure though. I ain't no car guy.
Alright. I'll give it a look if you can pop the hood for me.
Sure thing, man. 71 this thing. Proper classic.
Nice. Imagine being called mature.
There you go.
Let's just go check to see if there's actually an electrical pull from it. Yeah, your battery's well and truly dead.
Perfect.
I have a jump start kit, so we try and jump start it, and in theory your engine should give it some power. If that don't work, I should have a spare battery in the back as well, so
Yeah.
we'll try the jump start kit first.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, let's push that. That should start some electrical pull. Okay, see if jumpstart now. See if that should, in theory. Should.
Yeah, he's on good. Let's try this again.
Blows a gasket.
Hey.
Sweet. So we just disconnect these two cables.
Woo.
Alright.
That was quick and easy.
Yep.
Don't you like get the battery replaced now then or some shit?
Depending on how, like, if it dies again, I'd say yes. It's dependent on how old the battery is itself. If it doesn't,
No.
in theory, when it obviously goes down for its service, they should have checked it, and it should be on the paperwork somewhere how old the battery is or how long it has left.
Yeah, I mean this thing was done by my dad before me, so.
If it does die again, and you're on the road, obviously you know, call again. I'll come down. I'll just replace the battery straight up. But no, if you're able to just get it home, check the paperwork, make sure that it is still in date. If it's out of date, obviously you can get it replaced. So within date, it shouldn't really be having any issues. Well, if it continues to go, obviously not start, then it's, yeah. If it continues to go flat, then it's either a dead battery or there's some cabling issues elsewhere.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming out, Joe. Owe you anything?
Nah, it all goes for insurance.
Okay, that's cool.
You'll get a message from
You
them.
need to sign anything?
No.
Okay.
Says I've. But yeah. I'm technically not running tow tonight, but yes, I believe I'm the only one running tow. I'll check now. It's gonna be a bit laggy on your guys' end because obviously I'm checking other stuff. My GPU's trying to keep up. That light's gonna go through. Yep. Yeah, I'm the only guy running a tow. Well, technically I'm running hero unit, so I'm going to the actual thing of what tow does, or what SADOT does, which is check roads, lights, anything to do with basically transportation, so roads, lights, crossings, anything to do with the tracks, like properly checking the tracks would be, I think San Andreas Rail might do that actually, but I think they would still obviously coincide with tow, because, sorry, SADOT, sorry, because it's Department of Transportation. But yeah. But yeah, I'm out as hero unit, so Highway Emergency Response Operative. Or Operator. So about that. I got a cool. I really hope Ben's not running LAO and he just saw me just stop, basically. And before he's like the sieve in that car next to me. But yeah. We'd go out, make sure all the signs, like if one of those signs falls down, we'd be tasked at putting the sign back up. If there's a car fire on a road, depending on the damage that's done to the road, we'd go down and assess the damage to the road and see whether it needs to be relayed. Do an emergency relay there and then, which is just small dig up and then a quick relay, kind of like you're filling in a pothole, and then you're gone. Whereas a full complete overhaul is everything in the road gets ripped up and a complete redone. But it's dependent on the damage done to the road, and a lot of time it might just be patchwork done to it. If the person that's been driving that vehicle was smart, which a lot of the time they are, if they have a car fire they'll pull off to the side of the road. Obviously if they go into those ditches there and their car evidently catches fire, that's not going to really be our issue because it's sand. Obviously in the city we're more going to be worried about what goes on in the city when it comes down to it. But I'm going to be going up and down the highways. It's just to make sure the roads are good, signs are good, lights, if there are lights, are good. And obviously if someone's wrecked out and it hasn't been noticed by LAO or passing fire or any other locals around, we can rock up on scene and assist. Whether it be blocking traffic, diverting traffic, traffic control mainly. Sometimes it can be fixing the vehicle if the vehicle is still has the possibility of driving it. And obviously if we have a tow unit, we can also have a tow unit come out early on as well. Also as a hero unit we carry first aid with us and fire extinguishers. Obviously fire extinguishers aren't going to put out a car fire depending on how big it is. If they've if it's an active fully completely just engulfed car, then obviously we're not going to be able to get to it, but they'll do much to it. But obviously if I rock up on a scene, someone's crashed into a tree, like just crashed into a tree a few minutes ago, and I can get up, get them out of the car, pop the hood, and just kind of douse it, just to either reduce the fact of a car fire, of an engine fire, or lessen the likelihood of it, put it out before it starts, or just basically drop that heat down, or just remove the oxygen from it. Because of the electrical, I think it would actually be carbon dioxide that you put in it. So that's what we have in the back. I think we actually in this model has like 3-4 fire extinguishers in the back. 2 or 3 I think actually, but yeah. Actually I don't think this has it. I think the rollback does actually. Alright Jordy, thanks for stopping by. Thank you for the 100 bits again. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you for stopping by, stay safe. I hate the fact that it's like almost midnight. I get tired. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not like it's almost midnight or anything. Nah. Thanks for stopping by though, Geordie. Stay safe. I can't message West because I'm literally down the road. What's the factor of I'm going 70 down said road? I casually just reduce my response time. Hood.
Okay, okay. There you go.
Thank you. See if it'll start now.
Hey.
Sweet.
Alright, you good?
Yep.
Like it.
Yeah,
Alright,
should
so
be start.
drive safe.
Thank you, Stefan Sir, for the follow. Thank you kindly. The irony of driving in the same direction as the guy you just gave a new battery to. This is when it cuts out again. At least I'm like right next to him. And so it cuts out, then it's something more than just the battery itself, it's the cables leaching some of that. electricity off to the rest of the car. That must be terrifying to sit there. Like, you're literally just sat in the middle of traffic, basically. I'll check my DMs when we suck them, Mad Dog. Trying to hit that car west. Alright. Douche. Imagine pulling out and something and then braking. Bruh. We'll drop off the old battery as well to thingy. I have a helicopter. I very much hear a helicopter. Oh, there it is. Where's the helicopter? There. Have fun, Mad Dog. Okay, he was waiting for me to drive past so he can pull in. Have fun, Mad Dog. Stay safe, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. Do I sound dead inside? I want to know how people think I sound, because like, is there emotion in my voice when I talk, or do I just sound dead? Because I've listened back to some of my streams and I'm like, yeah, that is not how it sounded in my ears when I said it, you know? No, but you know what I mean, like, but nice to see you, Firefighter, though. Nice to see you in chat again. Firefighter, you've been here since I started this, haven't you? Or more or less started. No, you've still been here like since I started though, not like since. Yeah. I understand you haven't been in streams that much recently, which I don't have an issue with. You know, you can come and go as much as you want, but you have been like around in streams since, you know, the beginning, more or less. I said the beginning. I started this channel a while ago, but started getting back into proper streaming kind of last year, but you've been there since more or less last year when I started, so if you'll let me. Hi. It doesn't like me. Nightbot, love me. Oh, that's brilliant. You've still been here a while though. Come around here, pick it up. And you know what we're gonna do with this battery? Yes, you do. I literally have like 4 batteries in the back. It's just next to each other because why not? However, the issue that I have is that, because I did damage my vehicle. I think scratching something, I'm not sure. But I did just stop by, so I'd get a little lick of paint or something, or just in a truck. I scratched it, oh no. I don't like though how easily some of these vehicles are at scratching. Like, I understand IRL, some cars are really easily getting scratched, but others aren't. It's like, you think like a 4x4. Yes, I'm gonna carry, yeah, that's why I carry 4 batteries, firefighter, not because I'm SADOT now, because I'm in the need of torturing. God damn, you guys are dark. Jesus Christ. So we're on 69 fuel. I have Jaffa cakes with me and I'm hungry, so... Thank you PD for the follow, because I'm not going to attempt to pronounce your name because I will get it wrong instantly. Also thank you Cracksit02 for the follow as well, thank you Connie. Welcome both of you to the Insanity. My boom mic would work, I won't have issues, but it fucking doesn't, so I'm gonna sit here and give it the finger. By that I mean the middle finger. Screw off, Anna.
Hey, how's it going?
Can I help you?
Oh, I was just saying hi. How's it going?
Oh, okay. Hi.
Yeah. Hope you're having a good one.
Yeah. Just out of nowhere, I was not expecting that. Also, Bailey has Civ? Congrats, I didn't realise, because I don't pay attention. But yeah. But yeah, those were some weeroos. Also, hi Major. Shut up, I had food in my mouth. I asked, like, is their microphone bad? No, he just was eating. Imagine getting a DM later, just like, what happened to your mic there? Oh, I was eating. Like, literally got me in the middle of putting something in my mouth. I do like those interactions though, those random Civ interactions, because it's like, oh, yeah, hi, I'm in the middle of feeding myself. That's Grant, okay. 241. 241 slips off the tongue. I'm sorry, but that's a good name, number. Sorry. Also, Grant's a good name as well. Like, who pulled you over? Oh, 241. Oh, who's that? Grant. Like, yeah, it's a good mesh. Oh, shut up, Josh. Yeah, what are you doing backstage, Josh?
Microphone activated. Resumed.
Oh, my back's in pain. I think I have seen Josh's face once, I think. I can't remember though. So I swear we all shared our screens at one point. And then I showed up late. And then and then everyone just started sharing their screens again, and then we went, okay. Oh well. I wasn't invited to the we're all sharing our screens thing, and then I rock up, like, and then people are like, oh, you missed Bernard sharing his screen. And it's like, I swear I've seen Josh's face before. This isn't some ordinary selfie. You guys could look at my freaking Facebook, which no one on the actual stream, because I'm talking to my mods, or my close friends, because Cupcake knows me IRL, could have probably seen like some of the really shitty selfies I've taken, which is literally just one.
Channel switched.
I'm technically in the county. Where's my scroll lock keep turning on? The fuck? Oh, I need to check DMs now, do I? I'm waiting. Oh, great lord. Oh my god, I need help. What the fuck, Josh? Josh. 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 I need a minute. I need a minute. Oh my god, I have one response to that and I don't think it's gonna load. I don't know if it's gonna load or not. Josh, I'm so sorry you had to go through that. But I have one singular response to that.
Jesus H. Christ. Private Pile, why is your footlocker unlocked? Sir, I don't know, sir. Private Pile, if there is one thing in this world that I hate, it is an unlocked footlocker. You know that, don't you? Sir, yes, sir.
Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure I have the right thing. Oh, I have it. I have what I need.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
That is all I have for that. What in the absolute fuck? I think you did spell his name right. God rest his soul, he was an amazing person, amazing actor for one. He didn't even, I don't think he acted in, no, he didn't act in that because he was a drill sergeant. All he did was just act as he would have. And just basically scared the shit out of everyone. He wasn't actually meant to, from what I've actually heard for that movie, is he wasn't actually meant to be the drill instructor or the drill sergeant. He was meant to be the advisor to the drill sergeant, but they couldn't get someone to act enough, like as aggressive enough to someone who has been a drill sergeant. So they had him be the drill sergeant. And I believe a lot of the lines are literally just like more or less improv, I guess. Because obviously you can't really like write lines for for a drill sergeant. I think he was just given more or less a direction of like this is what's gonna meant to happen in this scene. You start here. This is where we're meant to go. This is what's gonna happen. Can you get us through that? And he's probably went, yeah, sure. That's probably how they did that jelly donut scene. Is like you're gonna be they're all stood up doing whatever, and then one of them's gonna have their foot locker open. Or Private Pile's gonna have his foot locker open. He's gonna be like, alright. And he's gonna be like, you're gonna open the foot locker, do whatever you need to do, but you're also gonna find a jelly donut. Alright. And it's like absolutely brilliant. If you could like that is what you call champagne casting. Because it is, it's perfect. I say perfect. That character is perfect because you have an actual drill sergeant, drill instructor, whatever you want to call him, playing a drill sergeant. Yeah. Keanu Reeves is an amazing actor. Like, for some mystical magical reason, he's able to play so many aggressive and terrifying characters. But he's the nicest guy in the world that you just want to give him a hug. Like, personally, I'd love to hug Keanu Reeves, but at the same time it's Keanu Reeves. I'm never going to be able to get that close to him. I'd give anything just to shake his hand. He's an amazing, amazing person. An amazing actor. Especially when it comes down to the, learning, how guns operate. Like, a lot of actors now, rather than having someone on site teach how to do it, they'll go to a gun range and get taught. how these how basically the basics of a gun, and then obviously what they're going to be doing as that character. And it's like, that's perfect, because when they're learning, in my eyes, a good skill, especially like quad loading, because if Keanu Reeves really wanted to, he could probably take a shotgun, set it up so it can be a sports shotgun, and then go off and do freaking sports shooting if he really wanted to. But at the same time, he's doing it for a movie, but he's also learning the skill of how to operate that firearm.
Sentry's not emergency lines. How can we help?
Hi, I'm just going to check up on a call I put in earlier about a missing person. I just want to see the status of if my daughter has been found or not.
Alright, give me 1 second, I will check that.
I just want to make sure, I just want to check some stuff. If they have, and they have, and if they have, they have. Keanu Reeves is awesome. You can't change my mind. Why would there are movies though that they could have done? It's good casting, but the writing is flawed. Or a lot of the time it might actually not be the writers, it might be the directors. Because obviously a writer will write something and then they'll pitch it to the director, but the director during the actual shoot of it can change stuff. The same with the actors. So yeah, it could deviate, which can be good, it can be bad.
Okay, still on the line?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they haven't found her yet, but they might have a location of where she is at. We have multiple units working on it right now.
Alright, thank you. If anything, if they need me, just, give me a shout.
Alright, I think they're good for now. Thank you for calling 911.
Alright, thank you.
You were moved. Microphone muted.
Yeah, one of James's daughters has gone missing, Firefire. But yeah, I think one highlight of that, where it comes down to good character casting, poor story, I guess you could say, poor storytelling, at least for that character in particular, is Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma was meant to be, hold on, this cool, outstanding, everyone fears them kind of character, like you don't mess with them because they've hard to defeat, really dangerous, and are very incredibly loyal to the Empire, and yet they're easily foiled when someone has a blaster to their head, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure that blaster bolt could have actually ricocheted off their helmet. And two, the factor of realistically, if you think about it in a fight, they'd probably win it a lot of the time. They wouldn't just die easily, and there isn't that many lines for that character either. They have barely any lines for it, and it's like, what's the point? Like, they got an amazing actor to play Phasma and then gave her next to no lines, and it's like, well, what's the point in having her play Phasma then? They could have just gotten some random person to play Phasma, because next to no lines, and just have her basically voice act them. Because I'm pretty sure that would actually have been cheaper as well. Because rather than paying her to obviously go there every day and be in that suit, you could just pay her to do the voice acting lines. Like, by all means, she deserves to get paid for the role that she played, but at the same time is, why? Like, she was given no roles, and to me that's wrong. She was robbed of a role. She should have been given more lines for it. But that's just in my personal opinion. But yeah, it's Mandalorian is an amazing series. It is Mandalorian is, in my eyes, the best casting that I have seen so far. For everything, they have the original guy that played the clones and Boba Fett and Jango Fett. Then you have I can't remember his name, who plays the actual Mandalorian. Outstanding. Like, the Mandalorian itself, when you think of the Mandalorian, you think of just the helmet. You don't think of the actor or the character underneath. But then when you do get to see his face, you're like, either you were expecting something similar to like that, or you just weren't expecting that. Like, now it's synonymous because I've seen it, but beforehand I don't think I was expecting him to look like that. At the same time, I do like that he's following a certain Mandalorian creed, because after the fall of Mandalore, everyone kind of split off. I do like that they had the Darksaber, Grogu, amazing. The other Mandalorians that he meets, what are their names? Oh fuck, what are they called? I think it's Bo-Katan? I can't remember off the top of my head. Outstanding that they got actors that look like they did in Clone Wars and Rebels and so on and so forth. It looks like the character. Or sure, she looks like the character. And she sounds like the character, because I'm pretty sure she is the one that voiced the character. And it's amazing that it fits, and I love that. The Death Troopers, seeing the Death Troopers in the Mandalorian, seeing how they're a lot more, they're given a bit more of a role, they're seen as a lot more aggressive. Then seeing the robotic Death Troopers, is terrifying and awesome, especially when Luke's entrance. They could have done a bit better with the face. The face when they did Luke could have been a bit better, but at that point that's just nitpicking. But it was an amazing cast they had set up for it, and I can't wait for the rest of The Mandalorian. Like, legit, boy, I want to see the rest of The Mandalorian. Like, at the beginning of it, when it started coming out, I was like, there's a lot of praise around it. At the same time as with all these recent Star Wars movies, I feel like it's going to be a bit shit. And then I think Reapers was actually the one that then dragged me into it, because we started watching a few episodes with like Mad Dog or Storm, and I think someone else as well. And then it just kind of went from there, of just watching The Mandalorian. And then, yeah. Oh, I really hope they get Ewan McGregor for Obi-Wan. I really hope they get him back for Obi-Wan. Obviously, younger Obi-Wan is going to be a bit harder, because obviously he's gotten a lot older. But at the same time, I really hope that they can make it believable if it's like the story of Obi-Wan. I didn't watch Solo, A Star Wars Story, because again the reasoning behind it was obviously the really shit Star Wars movies coming out. But after watching The Mandalorian, I will probably go back and watch Solo, and then obviously when they bring out Obi-Wan, I'm definitely watching Obi-Wan, because he's one of my favourite characters, and I really hope they include Commander Cody. If they don't include Commander Cody in the Obi-Wan series, then I'm going to have issues. But looking at Star Wars as a whole, I think it fits better into a series with movies as like big finishers of like of the series, or a movie at the beginning of the series, then end it with a movie type thing. Because it obviously lasts longer, because all these series, Star Wars Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, the new Star Wars to be fair, the series I don't like. It doesn't really fit with the ending of Rebels, and it's gone off on a completely different tangent. I was expecting something a bit different. Still linking with Rebels, but it seems it's not. Then you have obviously the Mandalorian. Like, having all these big movies is, yes, it's a good thing, but at the same time is you need these series to fill in the gaps, because otherwise us as fans, we're gonna wonder what's happening in between, like the Death Troopers or the Shore Troopers, Beach Troopers, whatever you got, Sand Troopers, whatever you fucking want to call them, the Empire, the First Order, the New Republic, the Galactic Republic, the Jedi, the Sith, all that stuff. We want to know how it got from one to another. Rogue One was a good movie. It introduced a lot of cool designs for armor and for droids as well. It was good. But at the same time, it's like, with these big movies, you're gonna need these series in between to fill in those gaps, to let us fans have a bit more clarity. Like, Death Troopers, we need to see that they're not just useless. We need to see that they have a use, but also the factor of I want to cosplay as, say, I think it's a Coruscant Guard, a clone. So they have kind of like a navy bluish clone gear, but their helmet is kind of like a Roman centurion. And I think they also have a cloak that goes over them as well. I think it's made out of velvet, which is going to be a pain in the ass to get a hold of. It's expensive. But I'll probably just do the general combat armor. But at the same time, they are amazing, and I want to make armor like that. But the only time you see them is, movies wise, I think it's Revenge of the Sith, and you just get a little snapshot of them in the background. And then I think they're also they are definitely there in the Clone Wars. But it's like, that's all we rarely see of them. We don't see a full 360 view. We don't see fully what inventory of weapons they have. Yeah, there are books about it. But at the same time, I want to see them in the movies doing stuff. I want to see them in series doing stuff. Yeah, there are some sections of that in the Clone Wars of them doing stuff, but I'm pretty sure the section of when they are actually doing stuff in the Clone Wars is they're actually not guards. They're not clones either, as far as I'm aware. Few of them are clones, but not all of them. They have clone armor though, so they fit in. But the issue is they're not actually clones or people. They turn out to be, I think, Mandalorians who are trying to stage a coup, if I remember correctly. And I think Ahsoka gets thrown in jail or something, or someone gets assassinated while she's there or something, and I think she gets framed for it actually, and I think that's why it goes down in a spiral. But it's 501st is an amazing battalion. I think it was the ending of Star Wars. Also, sorry for spoilers. This is a big heads up now, there are spoilers. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, oops. I'm getting assaulted by a freaking moth. But yeah. At the ending of, I think it was Clone Wars, Ahsoka's, obviously you have Order 66. Where Ahsoka she comes back to help, and then Order 66 happens, and she's on a ship with Rex. Bearing in mind, Ahsoka is technically not a Jedi, but Rex states because of Order 66 they have kind of that's Baskins. Because of Order 66, they obviously need to kill the Jedi. That's what Emperor Palpatine wants. But at the same time, Ahsoka's not a Jedi. But Rex still says that, obviously, including Ahsoka Tano, But then he tries to reason with Jesse and explain to him the fact that, you know, Ahsoka technically left the Jedi Order, actually got removed from the Jedi Order, and then was invited back, but she stayed away. So technically she's not a Jedi, so technically she doesn't need to die. But Maul does. Well, actually no, Maul doesn't, because he's not a Jedi either, but yeah. But Jesse doesn't realise or doesn't understand, and I think that scene, that's the worst thing, is everyone but those two die. And the worst thing for me is about that scene is the fact that beforehand we have Anakin give Ahsoka her 2 new lightsabers, or her lightsabers back, and then obviously they get introduced. Before that though, she gets introduced back to a section of the 501st that have all done up their helmets to kind of look like Ahsoka. So obviously the 501st is a massive battalion, this is just a small section, a small squad, I guess. Who have done up their helmets in, like, you know, to kind of look like Ahsoka. Which I liked, and it shows like how much that they cared about her and how much they're glad that she's back, because obviously they fought by her side and she cared about them. But then you have obviously Order 66 come through, they kind of turn on her and they all die. Someone who they, like, ignoring the fact that they obviously turned on her, and like, you know, the inhibitor chips could have done anything. It could have just completely removed emotion, just told you you're going to do this whether you like it or not, and then afterwards you regret it. Or it could have changed your memory. But that ship crashed into the... obviously thing. This also explains away why we never saw Ahsoka in the movies. You know, it's one of those things that I like that they did, but it does touch the heart. It does hit the feels, because you know, she cares about every single one of those soldiers because she's fought with them. She's seen their brothers die. She's probably seen them after a battle. Yeah. Going through a very rough emotional state, because obviously they've just, yeah, they're bred for war, but at the same time is they might have watched someone that they, you know, hung out with a lot or called a friend just get shot and killed, and she's probably seen them you know, break down. You know, we never see the technical side of it. You know, it's amazing what they did with that, because we also see the burial. They took the time and effort to bury, I'm pretty sure it was every single one of those clones, including Jesse, who had multiple chances and seemed like he was thinking about it, but then, you know, chose not to. But yeah, they might be clones, but they are people. And she, like in that scene, she did care about them. And then the switch that they did from Clone Wars to Empire, from, you know, from the Republic to the Empire, with Darth Vader showing up. Oh my god. Because you have that contrast. A few minutes ago we were watching Anakin give her those lightsabers. And then a few minutes later, after the whole fiasco and the crash, we see Anakin as now Darth Vader picking up those lightsabers, looking up and saying, I don't know what it's actually called, but the owl. And that just puts everything to a close. It was, in my eyes, perfect. An outstanding way to, you know, finish things off, I guess, for that. and then obviously you have the Mandalorian, which is amazing. Obviously there are some things that are obviously iffy, but you can't really blame them for that. But then obviously in Mandalorian we get to see Ahsoka. But we also got to see Ahsoka in Rebels. Hmm.
Hello there.
Hi, so... But yeah, we got to see, pretty interesting stuff. I did like we got to see Ahsoka with the others, especially the way she still talked about Anakin, because she hadn't realized yet that Anakin was Darth Vader. And I think even when she did find out that it was Darth Vader, even afterwards, like that she had properly, like, she knew well before, I'm pretty sure, that it was Anakin who was Darth Vader, but I don't think she wanted to accept it. But I still like that she spoke highly of him, despite the fact that she probably still had that unsurety of, is he or isn't he? Yeah, I really hoped that they had done that, because that would have, I think in my eyes, that would have worked. Or at least had her do voiceover, so that it sounded like Ahsoka, because, you know, you can't have someone voice Ahsoka for so long in a series, through Clone Wars, Rebels, and I think some other places, and then, you know, afterwards just have someone else. I know they're bringing out a book of Boba Fett, and I do believe they're also bringing out a series that involves Boba Fett now being basically the crime god, because obviously he killed Jabba the Hutt. Like, Star Wars has gone through a lot of up and downs, but I think the way they're going back through an up, and they're getting better. Like, yeah, there's going to be some bumps here and there. There's always going to be bumps like that. But at the same time, I think now, more than ever, because of The Mandalorian, because they listened to the fans, they had fans help on certain scenes, and so on and so forth. And so many fans loved it. I think they're going to, you know, continue in that style. And I hope they do, because it works. You know, don't have a director that, like, only understands about, like, the writing given to it, or don't have a writer that only is going to write based off what they've watched of Star Wars. Have them, like, do, like, more deeper research. Talk to people about Star Wars, you know, like, go, like, different people in the community. Go to the 501st Legion, the IRL 501st Legion. Talk to them about Star Wars. And different headcanons, because everyone's going to have a different headcanon, and other things of how they view it, or what they personally like and what they'd like to see. Go on, like, Reddit, like subreddits of things, and, like, you know, of Star Wars, and look and see what people want to see in a movie. Or if they made a certain movie, like if they say did a Darth Vader movie, we'll look up how people want to see about Darth Vader. Because it is awesome that if they do that, and then obviously listen to fans on input. Heck, be it having a director or a writer who's a fan of Star Wars themselves, who's already ingrained. Yeah. The 501st, during the scene when we actually get to meet Boba, all the troops that we get to see, the majority of them are 501st Legion members. and a lot of the other scenes where you see a lot of troops are either, you know, are a lot of the time 501st members and other groups, other, you know, battalions, I guess you could say. Why? Because when it's giving back to the community, but at the same time is that, especially with the 501st, they have an incredibly tough roster. It's incredibly hard to get into the 501st Legion. Why? Because everything they do has to be movie accurate. Has to be accurate as what has been seen on a movie. And when you think about it, that's understandable. Because, like, Stormtroopers, the complete generic, complete white Stormtrooper, that armor isn't the best. It's probably mass produced, just put it on, or you all look the same. You know, just basically pump it out. Not really, you know, you're not wasting money. But on top of that, yeah, you then have the specialists that actually have markings, and when you think about it, the specialists, they would get markings, they'd get distinguished because they have more training, so they deserve those markings to highlight themselves. And I do like that they've done that, and obviously the Death Troopers, they get the more advanced gear that can tank a lot more rounds. You know, so when it comes down to the armor, a lot of it is mass produced, and when, like, you know, you'll have people complain about it, like, oh, I don't like the look of it. It's not meant to look good, it's not meant to do certain things. Heck, a lot of time, like, when it comes down to all these like, people go like Stormtrooper aim, it's horrible. They're not meant to be accurate. When you look at Stormtrooper, especially like, you know, the Empire's Stormtroopers, like just the general white Stormtroopers, what do you instantly think of if you just see one? You instantly think of the Empire. Maybe the Death Star, maybe Darth Vader, maybe Palpatine, or just generally maybe just the Empire. And that's synonymous. That's what they want in universe and out of universe, which is an amazing thing. Because obviously, you know, look at that, and then look at the British Empire. What did we do? We had redcoats. We were known as the redcoats half the time. And what did we do if we were in a battle? Well, we'd do a firing line, or a firing squad. People at front kneel, muskets up. People at the back stand up over the shoulder as well, or over the top, between the gaps. And you just fire. You're not really, you aim in a general direction, you pull the trigger. Yeah, you're not meant to be accurate, you're not meant to hit your target. The aim is, if you're shooting that general direction, most likely at least one of those rounds will hit someone who's an enemy. And that's the ideology of the Empire, is they're not going to waste money on training all these people to, you know, be able to sharpshoot everyone. You know, you're going to want a because you're not going to be able to have, you're going to lose funds very quickly. So doing what they've done, having mass produced armor that isn't very effective, can tank some damage but not completely, but is synonymous with the Empire. On top of that, if the more troops you have, the more people you can throw out there to, you know, attack these the Stormtroopers couldn't hit the broadside of the barn if there's like a few of them. If you have a whole battalion of them attacking you at once, then yeah, you're most likely going to get hit. Why? Because you have more fire raining down on you. The whole point isn't to be accurate, the whole point is to be threatening and have that, you know, superiority. Thank you for the raid there, Mr. Chipmunk, and welcome. But yeah, you can, you know, it's one of those things. You can, Yeah, it's weird because it works when, you know, realistically, when it comes down to like us, yeah, you think, you know, it would be better if they, you know, focus more money on actually training them and giving them better armor they could use. But at the same time, that's actually a waste of money. It's better for you to just pump out as many soldiers as possible with the exact same armor, and then just edit the armors, you know, paint scheme a bit, maybe give them a few added things to, you know, make it more comfortable with what job they're doing, like the snow troopers, jet troopers, and so on and so forth. Because they have the additional training, they get the better armor, or a little bit better armor, or just additions to markings, or, you know, jetpacks, respirators, and so on and so forth, to, you know, do their job. But, you know, it's still cheap because you can still mass produce it, and you can still, you know, grind out a shed ton of soldiers, and do, you know, what you need to do. It's not like at that point the Empire wasn't, you know, didn't really have an issue with rebellion. Really, it was, you know, small rebellion, you know, small factions of rebels, small you know, small sets of people who didn't want to, you know, follow the Empire. It wasn't a massive worry. Stormtroopers could easily go in and wipe them out, and, you know, stormtroopers were still seen as, you know, okay, that's them. Like the UN, you know, you see a UN vehicle, it's a white vehicle that says UN on the side of it, synonymous with the UN. Oh no, not a Bad Batch. Yeah, you know, you have those little bit more training, a little bit more specialized, they'll get a little bit better kit. But then you have those who have a lot of training, such as the Death Troopers, Shore Troopers, Tank Troopers, you know, pilots, so on and so forth. They have a lot more training compared to others. Thank you, Soul. You know, it's not going to be, you know, a massive thing. That's Kane. I'm not sure about do a U-turn because I went around the wrong road. I want to check the other one now. Handle. Sorry, I forgot your name wrong. I'm trying to drive. Actually, no, I don't want to get off here. I'm gonna sit here real quick. Double check something. The thing is, at that time, the Empire didn't really need to, you know, go around and deal with, you know, massive rebel cells, and if they did, it was, you know, small villages, or it was, you know, a few people that just got upset by the existence of the Empire. So then the Empire then saw that, you know, all these rebel cells were starting to, you know, pick up closer to each other, going off to yeah, their own individual planets, and then there being a planet completely just filled with rebels. So what did they do? They thought, well, we can't just send in a shed ton of stormtroopers so they're easily wiped out. So they built the Death Star. because you know, if the whole planet has troops, a lot of them will get away and then move to a different planet. So that's the reasoning of why they decide to make the Death Star, is to just to instill that factor of, we have overall power, do you really want to go against us? But the other thing is the fear, obviously that instills, but on top of that is also the fact that it gets rid of those rebels, it gets rid of that resistance on that planet. Like, that planet could house the entirety of the resistance, all its resources, all its ships. You destroy that planet, well, they're gone in an instant. You don't have a problem anymore. But the other thing is, look at Star Wars from the Empire's point of view. Massive space station that has a weapon on it, yes, but has very little defenses, is destroyed by a so-called Jedi, who at that point would have obviously been the Jedi would have been seen as bad people, because technically the whole fight between the Jedi and the Sith, a lot of people didn't like in the Star Wars universe anyway, because it was a waste of resources, or a waste of life that they saw it as. So they didn't like the Jedi, but they also didn't like the Sith. But obviously a lot of people wouldn't have known about Vader or Palpatine in certain parts of the universe. But then you have what was it? But yeah, that Luke Skywalker didn't care about how big it was. Luke Skywalker didn't care about whether those people signed up just to feed their families, signed up to serve their planet, or signed up because their parents were in it. But they all died because you can't just hold, like, say, everyone in the Empire is guilty because they're in the Empire. No, they're not. You know? You can't just hold an entire group, accountable for a few things that other people did. So having Luke destroy the Death Star, a lot of planets that would have either supported the Empire would have absolutely despised the rebellion and sold them out very quickly, or dealt with it themselves by killing them, because thousands of people have just died. Because a group of rebels thought that all this stuff was bad. And thinking about it, yeah, what Palpatine wanted was overall power. He was evil for all intentional purposes. But at the same time, that doesn't get rid of the fact that he was still trying to create order and create some form of peace. Because within order there is peace. But yeah, what was going on was wrong. At the same time, within order there is peace. But that's the issue, is you have, like, yeah, Palpatine was still doing a lot of bad stuff. At the same time, he still wanted peace, or some form of it. He was a Sith though, so he's still evil. But ignoring the fact that he was evil, sorry, he was still doing these, and ignoring the fact he did all these negative things. But they could have. The rebellion was very negative, basically. Also, the rebellion didn't have a plan for the economy, or for general stability. They didn't. Until they had. You had multiple rebel cells that didn't work with each other, or didn't want to work with each other, because they felt like they'd rat each other out, which a lot of rebel cells did. To get weapons, or to look good on the Empire's side, so they wouldn't get in trouble. But at the same time is, you can't just, you can't kind of just, what is it? You can't just basically get rid of the Empire and expect everything to be peaches and cream kind of thing. You need to think about what comes after the Galactic. You need to bring in something like the Galactic Republic again, the Senate. You need something to try and keep things in order. But that wouldn't really work. You can't have an entire governing body govern over like multiple different planets. Each planet will have to govern itself. And even then, each individual country within that planet would have to govern itself. But then they'd have to represent each other in some, like the UN does. Where you have each country represent itself in the UN. Well, then the UN, because it's the United Nations of Earth, would represent Earth within the Galactic Empire, or the Galactic Republic. And then from there, it would work, probably. But at the same time, a lot of these rebel cells were just going against the Empire because they just didn't like the Empire's views. And it's like, you have no plans of if you actually manage to destroy the Empire, to fix anything or to put things in place so everything just doesn't fall into complete chaos. Which it would have done, because the Empire had still technically provided jobs for people, still provided income to people, allow people to feed their families on planets where they might not have been able to. But no one ever talks about that when you think about Star Wars. Like I said, no one ever talks about the lives that were lost on the Death Star. People who might not even have fought in combat. You probably had office workers on board the Death Star, as well as cooks, cleaners, engineers, people who have to make a living, people who have to earn an income. And they get killed. Because they're just trying to, do their job and, feed their family. Or, feed themselves. Where's Luke's income? Where's the income that he makes? Well, he's related to Leia. Or whatever her name is. It's like, what happens? Where's their income? Well, it's nowhere. Does the rebellion pay their soldiers? Yes, he did have to live with himself that he killed an entire planet. And also he's the one that actually delayed the Death Star from actually firing. The Death Star was able to fire, but he delayed it. He was like, check the systems again, it's not working, or we need a maintenance engineer up here because it isn't firing. If he had fired that, the rebellion would have been done. We wouldn't have had all these other movies. Yeah, Luke might have destroyed the Death Star. At the same time, he has no rebellion to go back to, and within the Empire, still having full control and the rebellion being wiped out, near enough, people would see him as a murderer, as a terrorist. So, they wouldn't have, been very positive towards him. Being around. And to be fair, I wouldn't blame him, if you had, say you had 5 kids, and they all joined the Empire as engineers. Yeah. Obviously he died in the Death Star explosion, but because the whole repercussions of Death Star explosion, that was hundreds upon hundreds of people. Oh, sorry, billions of people that would have died. That isn't mass murder. Well, that is far from, that's above mass murder. That is above genocide. You've basically killed an entire planet. Like, oh yeah, the Death Star blew up an entire planet. True. But at the same time, doesn't mean you should stoop down to their levels and also destroy, destroy a planet.
Good luck with that scratch card.
Appreciate it.
No problem.
Next.
Hello, I just got a coffee here. You guys happen to have any food? Like hot dogs or hamburgers?
No, none of that.
Okay, alright, that's fine. Just take the coffee then.
Just a quick coffee. Okay, that's gonna be $1.
Alright. Nice one, by Striker.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh. Hello.
3 boxes and donuts and a coffee.
Okay, that's gonna be.
Who the fuck you think you is talking to me like that, homie? You don't know
Okay,
where I'm from.
that's
I was
gonna
about to ask you where
be
you're from, you feel me?
$6.
I was trying to be nice. But nah, you wanna talk to me like that, I'm finna get disrespectful in this bitch too, you feel me? So, what's up with it, homie?
Casual card.
Cash.
Okay.
Nah, homie, I'ma stand where I stay. I'ma stand where I want, you feel me? You don't wanna get all disrespectful.
How much was it again? I can't hear over the sound of 2 people arguing outside.
$6.
Keep the change.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
27. Homie, you don't know who the fuck you're talking to, bro.
Oh god.
You lucky I don't slap that shit off your face, homie.
He's just a little boy, man. Can you know?
Looks like Grove Street has come to Sandy. Oh, the aggression.
Need some raps, bro. Before I beat the shit out of this homie out here.
Okay, got I need.
Car and drive off.
If he shoots, I don't know what to do actually. I'll just drive away. I'm not dealing with that. Alright, Firefighter, stay safe, buddy. Thanks for stopping by.
probably smarter than you, DJ.
I mean, he is the major, so like.
What are you gonna do, DJ? You gonna bend me over your knee? Punish me?
I'm gonna roll back my windows.
Ooh, rapid response. Look at you.
It's always popping off in Sandy. I swear to fucking god, I hate this car park. And within time I won't get towed. No, I don't think it has yet. honestly thought it was going to play in front of me then. Oh, that's what I'm going to call it for tonight, because if I don't go to bed, I'm not going to enjoy waking up tomorrow. And I really want to wake up with some energy, you know, so thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you all have enjoyed the stream. Thank you to those who have recently followed, subscribed, gifted bits. My brain is not working today. But yeah, thank you to those who have recently followed, raided, hosted, given bits, subscribed, donations. All those who have just generally showed up and have just been along for the ride. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Stay safe as always, guys. Peace.
I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometimes I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye, yeah, oh boy, I'm telling you goodbye, I'm telling you goodbye. I'm not the girl that I used to be. Sometimes I'm more than words. I'm beyond what I once was. I don't believe in love. Hey, hey. If I want something, I got it. Hey, hey. Oh, baby, I don't need love me. Hey, hey. Cause your love, I cannot buy it. Wasn't real with you, boy. Real, wasn't real with you, boy. You won't give me too much chances. I don't care if I am fancy brighter. Yeah.